Hello there, traveler. I see that you seem to be a little tired. Well, I'd be happy to welcome you into my shop so that you may sit. Yeah, there we go. So, you're traveling, eh? Well, lucky for you, this is my shop, and I have everything that you would need on your journey. So, what are you? An adventurer? An explorer? A medicine man? A map maker? You're an adventurer. Fighting many hostile creatures, I assume. Yes, you've come across the many goblins and such. Orcs, I imagine. Can be a nasty fellow. Ooh, yeah, you had to deal with a couple of those. I can only imagine. Huh. But I'm always willing to help someone no matter who they are. There's always a safe place in my shop. So, what are you looking for? I have food. I have potions. Keep in mind, these are pretty low-level basic potions. I'm not much of a sorcerer myself. Or a potion maker for that as well, so these are some fairly basic potions. Nothing too fancy. Just minor strength increases. And slight defensive decreases. Know that? Okay, that's respectable. What about arrows? A good adventurer like you always needs arrows. Yes. Yeah, I make them by hand. They serve us quite well. Yep. Metal tip, long wooden shaft, and feathers at the end. Standard arrows, I'd say. Although, great for piercing enemy flesh and taking them down rather quickly, I will say. Use them myself, after all I make them. You'd like a bundle of these? Yeah, I can wrap that up for you right now. Okay. Now let's move on to weaponry. A good soldier always needs to be prepared with a weapon. I see you have a bow, but I assume that you also want something that you can swing with your hands. I'd like to show you my wonderful selection of two-handed weapons. These are weapons I recommend using with two hands, not just a one-handed sword. I have claymores, I have blunt object weapons, and I also have spears. You're not a fan of two-handed. Oh, I see. You like to be able to hold sword in one hand and a shield in the other. Well then, I'll show you my one-handed weapons. These are mostly broadswords, but I do have a couple of variations. This is a Viking axe, designed after the Norse folk. Of course, not made by one of them, after all. I'm nothing simply but a merchant. But I'd say it's close enough to what you would get. No, not a fan of axes? What about these swords? Not a fan of swords either. What are you looking for? A long sword. So these broadswords aren't your deal. Though a long sword would be more weight, which I'd recommend for two hands. You just want the longest one-handed sword. Stay right here, traveler. Let me go in the back to see if I have anything. Yeah, probably not. Oh, this will work just fine. Well, lucky for you, I had something. This is a 14-inch long, one-handed sword. You see, there's perforations in the sword to make it lighter. You'll take it. That was wonderful. Okay. Now, you're also probably going to need a shield out there. I see you have one already, but it's looking pretty damaged. It'll probably break any day now. And I would recommend that you repair, especially if it's a shield you like. But our little area here has a blacksmith, but he's not very skilled. Most of the swords and weapons I have were made by him, but refined by me. So what do I have in the shield department? Well, I have a standard one shield that you would slide your arm through, and also a standard metal shield. And also I do have a wooden shield that combines elements of wood and iron. You're looking for something somewhat decorative. Okay. This is a wooden shield decorated with a dragon around the center. Not a fan. You want something stronger than just wood. Okay. This is a wooden shield with an iron case around it, making it a lot more stronger than your average everyday shield. This has been decorated with the symbol of strength, one that was used in the ancient runes and texts. Gives it a rather intimidating look, I will say, though I'm not sure how true that is if these runes can improve your strength. But maybe the feeling of it alone will make it feel like you're 10 times stronger. Not your style? You're running out of options, I'll be honest. Okay, last shield. This is a fully metal shield. Strong, and most importantly, can deflect almost anything. It has been decorated, of course, with red accents of a hero on the front. The hero of legend, of course. You shall brandish his symbol and his likeness on your shield. You'll take it. To be honest, that was a hard sell. I didn't really think you would like the symbol of the hero, but I guess I was wrong. Okay, so now let's move on to food. A soldier like you obviously needs food, but you can't stop in every single town for a bite to eat. So here I have some food that stays good for a long time. Here's some preserved fish. It should stay good for about 30 days. It has been preserved and cured with salt and other such minerals. Not a fan of fish? Here's some preserved beef. Costs a little more, but I'd recommend it. It stays good for a long time. You'll take some of it? That is absolutely fantastic. How much would you like? Nah, fine selection. That'll keep you good for a good long time. Next up, I have this stuff. It's essentially, well, what pirates use. It's hardtack. It doesn't really go bad, but it lacks in flavor. Well, it's the closest thing you'll get to freshly baked bread if you're far away from anywhere, though I wouldn't recommend it. You'll take some, just in case. Okay. Over here we have some bread. This bread has been specially baked to stay good for a long time and not get moldy too fast. Bread has that problem, but it should stay good in your pouch for a while. You'll take it? That's excellent. Now, let's move on. So you have your food, you have your weapon, you have your arrows. your shield, but you're still missing one thing. The bow on your back looks quite, how do I say, it's been through a number of battles, I'll say that. Looks reasonably damaged. Maybe I can interest you in a new bow. You don't want a new bow because this one isn't broken yet. Okay, traveler. I'll make you a deal. You give me that, honestly, near to breaking bow, plus 20 gold pieces of a discounted rate, and I'll give you a bow. Well, a normal bow would cost usually 40 gold pieces. So just give me 20 and that nearly broken bow, and I'll get you a new fresh one. I knew you'd see it my way. So, we have some bows here. Obviously these are wooden, but if you can, for a slight upcharge, we'd upgrade you to something a little better. You're willing to pay more? Okay. Here we have bows crafted of steel, metal. These bows have been used by soldiers and knights. They are quite durable, I will say, and a pinch can probably deflect an attack if your shield happens to be unavailable. You like it? What do you mean there's something kind of off about it? You feel like it could be decorated? Well, that's not up to me. It's up to you, really. You would like it if it was decorated. I'm not a decorative person, sir. You need to understand that the shields are painted on by my nephew, not by me. You want a decorated bow? Oh, okay. I'll go see what I have in the back again to see if I can find a steel bow that's decorated. Well, it's lucky day, pal. I thought I ran out of these about a month ago. Got one left just for you. You'll take it? That's wonderful. Well, looks like you got everything you need. What do you mean there's still something you need? You need someone to fix your clothes. I'm not much of a tailor, I'll be honest. My wife is, though. She could probably fix your clothes for about 35, 40 gold coins. Yeah, let's just say 40. Oh. You feel like that's an unfair price. I'll drop it down to 35. Okay. So, how long are you going to be staying here, traveler? A couple of days. Well, I'll tell you what. I have a spare room, and I'm not going to charge you as much staying there as the local inn if you're willing to pay. Well, the local inn can be about 10 coins a night. I'll tell you what, 5 coins a night, not to mention complimentary breakfast. My wife cooks the best breakfast, and you will be allowed to partake in that meal. Wonderful. I'll make sure to get you up in time for breakfast. Or you have a specific wake up time, make sure to tell me. Breakfast it is then. Well, I wish you safe travels in the dream world. bed now. May you rest. All your stuff will be in your spare room